ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delete Sahai, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. World Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week. Remains of ancient and historical heritage discovered in ERi subzone. UN endorses Trump-backed stabilization force in Gaza. And NATO members launch military exercise. Proceeding with our reports. The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, Land, Water and Environment, as well as UN partners, has commenced the World Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week campaign under the theme Act Now, Protect Our Present, Secure Our Future. The campaign is scheduled to take place from 17th to 24th November, and the launching event held on 17 November at the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers Hall in Asmara, representatives of the partners' institutions delivered a message of support. At the event, discussion papers were presented focusing on multi-drug resistance Klebsiella phenomenon, a cross-sectional study conducted on bacterial pathogens and outcomes, and investigation into antimicrobial resistant patterns in the urinary tract infections. The participants, for their part, conducted extensive discussions on the paper presented. Speaking to Irina, Dr. Mulgeta Rusom, head of the Drug Side Effect Management at the National Medicine and Food Administration and coordinator of the program, said that the objective of the event is to enhance the awareness of health and agricultural professionals as well as public at large to ensure the proficient use of medicines and antibiotics. Dr. Goitom Mebrahtu, Director General of the Medical Service at the Ministry of Health, said that this year's theme calls for urgent and collective actions on antimicrobial medicine to safeguard the health and well-being of the future generation. Mr. Temaskan Hagos, head of the Culture and Sports in ERi subzone, reported that ancient and historical heritage has been discovered in Deira, ERi subzone. The discovered heritage includes various artifacts such as seal, amphora, cup, water container, as well as rock paintings and scripts. The ancient and historical heritage was found in agricultural land and construction sites. Noting that the area is rich in ancient heritage, Mr. Temaskan urged the caution during construction activities and for the timely reporting of discovered concerned institutions, indicating that the finding ancient artifacts in the area is not new, and the residents called for scientific exploration and the collection of the ancient remains so they can be preserved and transferred to the future generations. The Ministry of Education branch in the Northern Red Sea region provided a training to a newly assigned junior and high school teachers focusing on the health issues. The training held in Samai Urban Center of Foro covered topics including living standards and the use of chemical cosmetics and their health consequences, the cause of hepatitis, as well as the management of school health clubs. Noting that the role of the teachers in efforts to control harmful practices and diseases affecting students and society should not be taken lightly, Ms. Samainish Kabeda, head of the health unit, called on teachers to strengthen their participation in efforts to reduce the prevalence of hepatitis and the misuse of chemical cosmetics. The participants on their training and their part indicated that the program will significantly contribute in enhancing the teaching and learning process and called for its sustainability. According to reports, similar training programs have been organized in elementary and junior schools in the subzones of Foro, Galalo, Masawa, Genda, and the Northern Red Sea region. A livestock vaccination program has been conducted in Maimene and Ibn Haili subzones from 27th October to 17th November. The agricultural experts who conducted the program indicated that the vaccination administered to goats and sheep against animal diseases and dogs against rabies will have significant contribution in ensuring livestock health. indicating that the program covered over 36,000 goats and sheep and 1,700 dogs. Mr. Andon Bayane, animal health expert, commended the strong participation of farmers in the successful implementation of the program. Mr. ERi-TV, head of the Agriculture Office in the subzone, noted that the significance of the vaccination program in ensuring livestock health and commended on cooperation demonstrated by the farmers. Mr. Mangist Ame, head of the Agriculture Office in Amnhali subzone, said that the vaccination program was successfully conducted through 21 centers in the subzones. My Shugali Health Station in the Alagash subzone reported that it is significantly contribution in ensuring the health of mothers and children as well as controlling prevalence of the diseases. Assistant Nurse Karom Luul said that the health station provides outpatient treatment, prenatal treatment, delivery service, vaccination, and follow-up on children's health. He also said that the station is easing the burdens of the health centers in the subzone. My Shugali Health Station provides health care service to residents from villages of Densit, Hawashite, Adhorkur, Adelesis, Zerfai, Bekit Korei, Adetachlai, and Adhatsora. Mr. Hussein Ismail, administrator of My Shugali, said that the education facilities, health centers, and potable water projects put in place in the area have brought positive change to the livelihoods of the residents. Straight ahead is our international news after the short break. Welcome back. The UN Secretary Council has adopted a U.S. draft resolution endorsing Gaza peace plan and authorizing an international stabilization force in the enclave. Russia, along with China, abstained, arguing that the document contains numerous practical caveats and called for undermined the concept of the two-state solution. The 15 members council voted on Monday to approve the U.S. text, which endorses U.S. President Donald Trump's 20-point plan to end the Gaza war and legitimize the Board of Peace, which is designed to operate as a transitional governance body. The resolution also supports an international stabilization force to be established under the Board of Peace's command. The International Destabilization Force is expected to include parties from Arab countries and beyond to help provide security, train a new Palestinian police office, and oversee demilitarization and redevelopment in Gaza. Hamas, which remains in control in Gaza, denounced the resolution, arguing that the International Stabilization Force mandate is to disarm militant group in the enclave, strip of its neutrality, and turn it into a party that conflict in favor of the occupation. On our last report, Finland has launched a large-scale military exercise 100 kilometers from the Russian border, the Finnish Defense Force has said. The new NATO member Northern Strike 225 artillery fire drills, which kick off on Monday, will continue for a week at the Rajava shooting range in the northeastern part of the country. The war game brought together 3 Finnish brigades, the country's border guard, and the police multiple rocket launchers battery, according to the statement. According to the Finnish military, the end of this year will be an intensive training period for its forces, with some of 20,000 servicemen from the Army, Navy, Air Force taking part in exercises across the country between November and December. After the escalation between Moscow and Kyiv in February 2022, Finland imposed several rounds of sanctions against Moscow and closed the border with Russia. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. World Antimicrobial Resistance Awareness Week. Remains of ancient and historical heritage discovered in Adelaide subzone. UN endorses Trump-backed stabilization force in Gaza. And NATO members launch military exercise. And that wraps up our stories for tonight. Thanks for watching and have a good night.